How's it going, everyone? We're back with another weekly watch list. This is going to be everything that I'm watching, looking out for this upcoming week in the stock market on SPY, QQQ, NQ, and ES and SPX. So thank you so much for clicking on the video. Thank you guys for watching. If this is the first time watching, welcome. Thank you for clicking on the video. If this is your 50th time watching, because I think I've got 75 of these watch lists now, maybe 80 at this point. Thank you very much for sticking along. It's crazy. It's been almost 2 years of making these watch lists already. So let's get into the watch list. It's going to be everything that I'm looking out for this week. Just a couple things to go over real quick. My levels and zones. The white lines are going to be previous day highs and lows. Greens are going to be other previous day lows or demands. And then reds will be other previous day highs or supplies. So just starting here in QQQ, let's go back to the daily. I know everyone on X is talking about, this daily candle on volume, breaking this upward trend. Again, it doesn't look great for bulls. However, this market has been very irrational. We've been moving straight up. Every time we've had an ugly looking candle here, we've had small pullbacks and then just more highs. So I know that this time is a little bit different with the war news going on, but again, time will tell, I personally like daily candles. For me, I don't spend a ton of time on the daily chart, but I find them to be typically, at least this past year or two, typically more misleading than not. I'm not saying that they are misleading. I'm just saying from my experience and things that I've witnessed, more misleading than not, okay? So we'll see. Look, we might get a little bit of a pullback here, just like when we had this really ugly candle, again, on higher volume. We had a little bit of a pullback, about $7. Maybe we get the same thing here. Maybe we come down and retest 520. Maybe we come down and fill the gap at 493. Like, who knows? We'll see. But I just play the daily highs and lows, any supply and demand, and that's it, right? So previous day high, previous day low. Inside the previous day high and low, we do have this 30-minute demand. That'll be my first watch here on across all of them. Under the previous day low, my next demand is going to be down here at 522, and then below that, we've got a little bit of room down to 516. Over the supply and previous day high, my next supply is going to be up here, this 30-minute supply here where we rejected nicely on Thursday. Did catch that myself. And then above that, we have at 535 and 536. Okay, so 535, this 536 zone, this was a 45-minute supply zone. And we did come in and reject it already and then made 30-minute supply. So I'll keep that on here, keep the top of the supply marked out. But then we do have this other previous day high zone up here and this 4-hour wick, which is actually on the daily chart, or sorry, the 4-hour chart as well. So I'll be watching that. That looks like a good area here. If we go here, we have this 4-hour supply, and then at 536, it also just lines up nicely with this previous day high at 536. So if we get above this supply, I'll be looking at shorts up here at this 536. This wick and previous day high looks like a good area. So that's going to be QQQ. We'll go over to NQ. So if we go over to NQ, same thing. We have that 30-minute supply. Above that, we have this 45-minute supply, which again, we already rejected out of, caught that nicely on Thursday. Just this drop here from 11 to 11:15, 11:30. This 45-minute and 30-minute supply zone here with 22,000 in there as well. As far as demand goes, we have this previous 1-hour demand that is still holding up on the chart from back here 2 Mondays ago. Underneath that 1-hour demand, my next demand is going to be down here, all the way down here at 20.90.40 up to 21.89. So this big zone here, it's 4-hour demand, it's 2-hour demand, 21,000 is in there. That would be my next zone. So there is quite a room down. So it looks like this is going to have to hold for us to continue back up. Let's go over to SPY and ES now. So if we go over to SPY and ES, we have this previous day low, previous day high. Inside the previous day low and previous high, same thing, 30-minute supply zone. And I'll go ahead and show you that on 30-minute as well. We have this small green candle followed by the large red candle. We're looking for rejection in this area. I really love when supply is in the previous day zone as well. I'm a little bit more skeptical of when we have supply over the previous day high, just because when we're over the previous day high and we have bullish alignment with the EMAs and VWAP, it's definitely higher risk. So I might be going quarter size to half size. Whereas here, I could get closer to full size sooner on my entries because we're underneath the previous day high, okay? And we're more likely to reject. Above that, we have this 4-hour supply zone. Then again, we already rejected out of as well right here. Oh, just about actually. I watched this on Friday. This was my only really watch on Friday, and we just missed it. You know, we didn't touch it on ES. We didn't touch it on NQ. Nowhere. We got really, really close. We had this 4-hour supply. We came up really close. And I was watching. This was my only watch, but it just started happening right after, you know, my time to walk away, which is 12 o'clock. So I wouldn't have taken it most likely anyways. Probably, honestly, I wouldn't have taken it at all just because I walk away at 12 no matter what. But man, we got really close. I'll be watching that for sure. See, because that's a really good looking supply zone as well, right? I mean, it is textbook. I mean, that is a textbook supply zone. So anyways, over previous day high, we have the supply here. And then above that, we have 605 previous day high. Over that, we do have another supply here, this 4-hour at 611, but probably most likely would go up to an new all-time high. Underneath the previous day low, we got a bit of room down to 590. Now that said, there's obviously been a lot of buying in this area. 593 on the daily actually specifically looks pretty good. It was a resistance turn of support. This 593 area came up, rejected here, then flipped to support. So again, lots of buying in this area. We'll see what happens, but underneath the previous day low, my next zone is down here at 590. Let me go ahead and just drag this zone over. And then again, if we get under 590, my next zone is going to be down here at 584. So let's go over to ES. Oops, wrong ticker. Let's go over to ES. It's going to look very similar. Obviously, we have 30-minute supply once again in here. Above the 30-minute supply, we have this 4-hour and 45 minutes. So again, same 4-hour supply zone. Okay, we didn't touch it. Got close, didn't touch it. And we also have this 45-minute, which was already previously marked. Took that trade last week on SPY as well. I believe on Thursday in here. It was right around here. And we pushed up, rejected in here. Okay. This 45 minutes, so that starts here. This 45-minute supply still valid, and now it's inside the 4-hour supply. And again, as far as demand goes, same thing as NQ down here at 59.15 and 5900. That'll be the first whole psych number to test. Below that, same thing. We have this big demand zone down here at 5800 all the way up to 5842. It's 4-hour, it's 2-hour, it's 3-hour. It's all those zones are all types of demand in this area here. I wonder if I can show you here on the chart. Like here's a 3-hour example. If we go to the 4-hour, take a look at the 4-hour example all the way up to this wick. If we go to the 2-hour, and again, this is the same on NQ, SPY, and so on. 2-hour demand as well. So I'll be watching that area. And then lastly on SPX, 6,000 has been a battle. We did have a pretty decent close underneath 6,000. So that's obviously bearish. We have this gap down here on the 15-minute, I believe. Actually, let's go down to the 30-minute. We do have this gap here down here at 59.40, so under the previous day low. I'll look for price to fill this gap. And then for SPX, I'm just using previous day high and previous day low levels. And then we have 5900, which I do need to edit. But that's going to be everything I'm watching. Again, my main strategy revolves around break and retest, previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low, supply and demand. That's it. That's all I need, and that's what I love to trade. So if that sounds like you as well, consider dropping a subscription, dropping a comment, dropping a like. I would greatly appreciate that. I do enjoy making these videos. Again, I've made close to 80 of them now. I did just hit 30 subscribers as well. Maybe one day I'll be saying 30,000 subscribers. Who knows? We'll come back to this video. But if you're one of those people, if you're one of those subscribers, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm wishing you nothing but the best this week inside and outside the market. And I will see you all in the next watch list.